Hey, LaGrande Alive. This is Will Bowman here at Tigers High School football field for your weekly sports spotlight, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Valley Realty, Grand Ron Hospital, and Marketplace Family Foods. And I'm here today with Sean and Alma Crow, who are the coaches of the LaGrande High School track and field team, who cross country, not track and field, cross country, because there is a difference, LaGrande Alive, and someone who is actually knew things about sports would know that, unlike me. So I'm here with them because their two teams just did extremely well at state. Both boys and girls. Girls came in second, which is the highest ranked in school history, correct? Yep. And boys came in 10th, which was a little bit above average or above what was expected for this year, if I'm understanding correctly. So thank you guys for joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
So tell me a little bit about your guys' training process through the year. How do you guys work with runners, and what got them to the point of being able to do, especially with the girls? Alma?
We early in season, more like early during summer, we try to build their base, and then once they have that build base with mileage or whatnot, then we go to a little bit of workouts during season, Mondays, Wednesdays, workout days, and then we just make sure that they keep the mileage up, and then we introduce speed or introduce some intervals in there, and that pretty much does it. Although next year I would like to do something a little bit different with them, try to introduce a little bit of lifting, because towards the end of the season, with so much mileage or whatnot, they start to fall apart. So if they do a little bit of lifting prior to that, then they'll be strong enough for whatever comes our way.
Now, you are a decorated EOU runner. You still, from what I understand, have some
the 800.
The 800 record up at EOU. So tell me, how does your previous experience as a runner, both in high school and at Eastern, inform your training style?
To be honest, I at the beginning when I started coaching, I had Ben Welch help me out a lot.
Fair enough.
Even now when I have questions, he helps me out. He's been my mentor for a lot of this whole entire process, and it just now that I'm training on my own, I do my own stuff, and it's just a little bit of both. I think running on your own. And then in college, we did a lot of our own stuff with the help of Ben Welch. He would give us our workouts or give us a mileage during summer, and then off we went. And if we did it, that was up to us. If we didn't, then he didn't want to hear us complain about how poorly we were doing through the season. So I think a little bit of that definitely prepared me to be a coach later on.
Excellent. So Sean, tell me a little bit about what you guys did this year in order to get the girls, especially, and the boys ready for state running.
Alma does a great job getting a connection with these kids, getting them motivated, lighting a fire under their butts just to get them moving. She knows what she's doing. I'm there mostly for, support. I don't have the running experience Alma does, but she's coached me in how to coach these kids. So really it's a testament to what Alma can organize to get them going. I think in order to get us to the place we were was just having the kids bond. Every summer, in our last interview, I kind of mentioned that, we have that camp, that summer camp, and that really gets our foundation to kids committed to what we're doing. Going into state, we were really underrated because we had 6 girls and 6 boys. You can have up to 7 runners, and we don't even have the numbers. So when they'd look at that, they'd go, well, they don't even have a full team, really. How are they going to do this? And I think it's that bond that Alma's kind of cultivated, getting these kids committed, getting them to run during the summers, and, starting the middle school program. Granted, we're not through the middle school, but it's a club, and I think we're starting to get those middle school runners that have been running with us through middle school, and now they're in the high school, and they're like, hey, we're going to turn this into something. So I think starting young is proven really effective to get this core of kids that are just committed runners.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry. And, the kids, they have a great bond. And I think that's really important, in a team is to have that, a positive experience. And again, with the camp, we do the camp at Wallowa Lake, and they all love it. We stay up there a couple days. We run, we go hiking. We do a couple silly things around there.
Piñatas.
We do piñatas, just things to, team
Good training rituals,
Yeah.
Get those arm muscles to work.
Yep. Get those kids bonding. And I think that's really important. And then after that, obviously, you hit that point in the season where nobody wants to run anymore. Or maybe, school's too much for my seniors or my high school kids. And, they have to figure out to balance that, balance sports and balance their grades. And that's where that bonding comes in place, because then they help each other. They're like, hey, like for instance, I had one of my girls, she's Heather Kinnery. She's involved with at the school with the study program. If you need help studying, she's a girl to go to. And she helped some of my kids. Mea Vanderbloot got help in math through one of the kiddos in the team. So it's definitely, by the time we start in June and by the time we end in December, we definitely have that bonding experience and that family kind of knit.
The bonding over suffering.
Yeah.
You bond closest with the ones you suffer with.
Pretty much, seriously, it's like that, and sometimes we went through this thing, and we had the saying where nobody takes a drink of water until we're all done. If one is thirsty, we're like, hey, you have to wait till everybody is done with the workout, and then we all take a drink of water together. So that also, really builds that that dependency of like, come on guys, here we go, let's get through this. Maybe I don't want to do 20 hills today or 2400s today, but we got to get through it. And so yeah, definitely.
So last question, Sean, you're a teacher here at the middle school or the high school? Middle school. So you obviously are really invested in kids and kids growing up, and you volunteer your time to do this training. And you can speak a little to this as well, Alma. What makes it worth it for you to come and invest the time in these kids who are wanting to run?
I think our family dynamic helps with that because athletics is big in our family, Alma and I. We want our kids to grow up around athletics, and so we want to build that love of competition. And I love seeing kids compete. Like I said, I never was a cross country runner. Never, that wasn't my thing. But competition, I love competition, and I love to see these kids. Some kids are like, "Well, I'm doing cross country. I don't really know why." To, man, I'm going to take this kid. Okay, what do I need to up my pace? I just love to see these kids drive. I love to see kids with passion. They're driven towards something. So I think that's what makes it worthwhile. You have one kid, maybe he's never done the sport before, and then by the end of the season is running 4 minutes ahead of his original time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great to see, because you're like, oh man, this kid is ready to go, ready to be, determined to find what he's good at. And you see that with all these kids. They're like, what am I going to do to be better? And we don't have the numbers, but I think we have the passion, and I think that was shown this year. And so, yeah.
Hardworking kids. They're very hardworking, each and every single one of them. I mean, everybody had a personal best this season or a PR from when they started to now. So I think that's great, and it's all due to their hard work and dedication. And that's true. We definitely don't have the numbers, though I wish we did, but that'll come over time. But these kids are special to me and to Sean, because they work so hard, and so yeah.
So next year, what do you guys? What's your plan for next year for training, and what are you going for? What are your goals?
Our goals is definitely for the kids to have a positive experience. I think once they have that, then everything will show in numbers, and how we do at state, how their training is, because if they like coming to practice, and if they like, working with each other or whatnot, then I think the rest will take care of itself. Mm-hmm.
Recruiting, that's my goal. I want to get more kids involved. I don't think kids realize that cross country is a sport, especially at the middle school level. We tried to recruit at the end of the year. Going to summer, get kids into the summer program. Not a lot of kids, they're kind of like, I want to enjoy my summer. I don't want to go do this. But I think just building that cross country is a thing here in LeGrand. it's a successful program. It's a program that we can build, and if we can get the numbers, we could even make it more successful. So recruiting, yep, that's what I'm going to go for this year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for chatting with me, and I'm very happy. Congratulations with your guys' success this year. And thank you, LeGrand Alive, for tuning in. This has been Sports Showcase, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Valley Realty, Grand Ron Hospital, and Marketplace Family Foods. Tune in. Please like and share this video, and tune in for more local content.